Hello everyone, I'm Taku. My lab has been mostly using surveys to study PTG. Typically, after asking participants to report potentially stressful life events they experienced for the last 5 years from a preset list, we ask them to identify the most impactful event of those listed, if there was more than one. Although we do provide the options of either not experiencing any stressful events or not remembering if they have experienced one, our response rate for these two options is incredibly low. For example, out of 1,023 responses in one dataset we have, only 4% or 41 participants chose either of these options. Everybody else experienced at least one stressful life event in the last 5 years. The instances from the other 96% participants included events without responsible parties, such as natural disasters and severe illnesses, as well as events that had a clear catalyst, such as those experienced by victims of violence or betrayal, and those who lost their loved ones due to wrongdoing or negligence from another person. With such high numbers of victims, we have to consider where the wrongdoers can be found in the study. It is impossible to think that those who have caused harm only fall into that 4%. Instead, we can recognize that we are victims in one circumstance while not focusing on our role as wrongdoers in another. Even when I look at my own life, I can choose to focus on the times that I have had my feelings hurt, but may choose to overlook times I have hurt other people's feelings. The same pattern is found in PTG research with many different reasons, where we have historically focused on the victims' perspectives instead of those of perpetrators, offenders, and those who inflict traumas on other individuals. This means that little research has focused on their possible experiences of PTG. I did, however, find one interesting study that reported the possibility of PTG among ex-offenders. They recruited a sample of 20 convicted offenders who had attended a rehabilitation program called Silence the Violence. This program was designed to reduce recidivism. Of the 14 ex-offenders who chose to participate, the 11 men and 3 women had ages ranging from 22 to 36 years. All had been convicted of serious crimes such as armed breaking and entering, hijacking, and robbery. At the time of the interviews, they had all been out of jail for between 2 to 5 years. A semi-structured interview was used, and the participants talked about what they remembered about the rehab program and how it changed them. These narratives demonstrate common phrases found in PTG, such as they were born again or on a new path. Some cared more for their families than they had before the program, felt more religious, and so forth. It was not a change based on the original crimes though, instead of based on the life-changing rehab program which led them to their new understanding and awareness. They also took responsibility for their crimes with statements such as, I have to go through what I'm going through because of my own deeds. I can't blame the next person for what I did. So it seems that taking responsibility for their actions is the necessary condition for them to potentially experience personal growth. Although the growth reported in the study may not have fallen under the typical focus of PTG research, we can still make the case that the trauma of wrongdoing was the catalyst to bring these people to jail and then eventually into rehab program. This study is promising because a rehab program that is designed to facilitate growth could be effective in reducing recidivism as well. This would mean that the PTG framework could be used to better understand the psychological journey of ex-offenders. Most cases, it's not unusual for offenders to defend themselves instead of admitting their responsibility, especially due to sometimes severe consequences. In the PTG model, understanding the seismic nature of what had happened is the starting point. If the event does not shake our core beliefs, if the event does not make us ruminate or seriously think about what we've done, cognitive processing that typically fosters PTG is unlikely to occur. But when I look at my own life, even though I frequently think about the things I've done to hurt others, it is full of regret and shame. It seems impossible to even start thinking about the connections between those experiences and my own growth. The Shelby Jane Seaborn Foundation and our PTG Research Lab are discussing how to facilitate this understanding of responsibility for actions and the potential for subsequent growth. Well, we have a lot of questions to answer as always. 5 new members will join my lab in the fall. I very much look forward to continuing our research program and making these YouTube videos more. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you soon.